before we begin, is there anything I can get you? Some water, some tea? No. Okay, well, if you change your mind, you just let me know and I'll get you whatever you need. But today we're going to be working on some coping skills. We're gonna go and do some exercises, me and you. If at any point you feel uncomfortable or it's just something that you're not ready to deal with, just let me know. We'll stop it right there and move on to the next exercise, okay? I'm going to be pulling from these cards. As you can see, there's quite a lot of them, so we won't go through all of them, but I'm just going to pick out the ones that I think kind of suit you, gotten to know you a bit, and maybe even ones that I've found really, really helpful. If there's a particular exercise that you really, really like, I'll email it to you at the end so you can do it from the comfort of your home whenever you might need it. And I have my observation notebook here where I'll be taking notes of this session. Another thing that, if you would like your notes after, I'd be more than happy to give them to you. Let's see, a good place to start. We'll start very easy. We'll start with your current emotional state. How are you feeling right in this moment? As you know, anything you tell me stays between us, so feel free to be as honest as you'd like. Okay? Do you feel like that often? Okay. Yeah, we all tend to get like that sometimes. Of course. Okay. And now you can think back to your current week. What emotions have you felt throughout the week? Has it been a good week for you? Okay. Is there a reason you felt that way? Okay, I'm going to put that in there as well. Okay. But overall, you felt an improvement? Okay, I love to hear that. Okay, that's a good baseline to start to see where your mind is really at. In our previous sessions, you've mentioned having a bit of anxiety, so we're going to do what we call the circle of control. And I'm going to draw just 2 circles. 1, 2. We're going to make a list of your worries, your fears, whatever it is that's giving you anxiety. And we're going to have a can control circle, okay? And a can't control circle. We'll start with things you can control, okay? Yeah, a lot of people deal with that. You're definitely not alone. You're not sure. Depending on the issue itself, I could see that being a can control or can't control. You'd have to maybe be a little more specific if you want to be. But I would honestly put that in the can control. So we're going to put it there. That's all you can think of? That's fine. Now, let's talk about things that are out of your control. Out of my hands, out of my mind, is what I like to say. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. A good way to word that. We'll put, yeah. We have our two circles here. Between the two, the can control and the can't control, which is giving you more anxiety? Okay, so the things that you tend to worry kind of a lot about tend to be things out of your control. You're still worried about other things, of course. It can be hard because everyone, your mind races sometimes at night. You think about so many possibilities, but I know it's so much easier said than done. There's no need in worrying about things that might happen because they might not even happen. It's good to live in the moment to an extent. You do need to plan for the future, but again, if it's out of your hands, let it out of your mind. This card is a favorite of mine. This is the purpose card. Sometimes we can feel a bit lost throughout the world when we don't feel like we have a purpose. So let's do this exercise. We're going to find your inner compass. I'm going to ask you a couple questions, okay? What brings you joy? Can be anything. Your favorite foods, your pets, your family, a hobby. Okay. You're close with your family. I love to hear that. Your dog. Good food. Oh no, that's not silly. I like that too. Don't let anyone tell you your hobbies are silly. It's good to have things that fill your time, fill your mind, give your hands something to do, keep you busy, That's a wonderful list. What do you value most about life? It can be more than one thing, of course, yeah. You would say similar answers to the last one? Yeah, there's a little overlap there. I could see that. Okay, I'll write that down for you. You may be wondering, what do those questions have to do with my purpose? I think the word purpose gets blown out of proportion a little bit sometimes. It doesn't have to be this big, grand thing, like you're gonna save the world. Sometimes your purpose is to be a good friend, a good spouse, a good parent, daughter, son, pet owner, or maybe just be really into a hobby, an interest, an organization. Everyone has their own thing that they live for, and it makes the world go round. I definitely want you to take these notes after. It'll give you something to look at. Sometimes we need just a little boost to get us through the day. As you know, today's session is all about you. So this is a real simple but effective card, I think. You're going to have to think about yourself, though. I want you to tell me, we'll do, I think 5 is a good number. 5 adjectives you would use to describe yourself. Not things people have told you, but things that you feel about yourself. your mind and how you feel about yourself. Do they? They don't all have to be super positive. I would like for you to lean positive, but this is an open space to be honest. So whatever you feel is right in your heart, you just tell me. Okay, I need number 2. I agree with that one. Number 3. Yeah, it can be hard to talk about yourself sometimes. Okay. Number 4. And we need one more to finish up this exercise. It doesn't have to be, I guess, I know I asked for an adjective, but you can make it maybe a short phrase, sentence, whatever helps you best express yourself. Okay. I think that's actually a really good list you did there. And I like that you kept it pretty positive. This next card is the 5 senses of emotion. It seems a bit silly at first, this one, but helps break the ice, give something fun to think about. Not everything has to be super duper serious. What emotion would you say you would like to handle better? Yeah, that would probably be the number 1 answer to this question. You're not alone. Now for the kind of silly part. How would you describe this emotion as a color? I could definitely see that. When it comes to weather, you look outside and you see this weather going on and you would think that is that. Oh, I like that. What about a landscape? Next up, a sound. A sound that makes you think of that emotion. And that's pretty straightforward. And last, what about a food that makes you think of this emotion? Ah, great answers. I know you said you were pretty busy today, so I don't want to keep you too long for this session. Plus, we'll have many, many more, but I thought this would be a great end to our session. We're going to do a self-compassion exercise. What do you feel you need right now? It can be anything. That's very self-aware of you to say. I love that. Oh, don't feel nervous about not coming up with enough answers. I do kind of put you on the spot. But anything you might think of later, you're like, oh, I should have told her that. Just hit up my email and I will always get back to you as soon as I can. I'm always here for you. So that's what you need right now. Is there anything that you long to hear from others in your life? You can say who you'd like to hear from as well. I can put that down. Maybe 2 more things would be good. If you can think of something, of course. Wonderful. It's completely normal as humans. We want validation and love from those around us. Sometimes people are on their own journeys though, and they may not know how to give it themselves. So sometimes you have to start with yourself. So for this exercise, we're going to do 3 wishes for yourself. So we're going to say, may I, and then you fill in the blanks. Do 3 of those. And these are going to be wishes for your life. Things that you want for yourself. So may I, dot, dot, dot. Number 1, what would you like? And your second wish to yourself. Oh, I like that. And number 3, your final wish from the genie. What would you ask for? There's no dumb answers. I love that. Reach for the stars. Wonderful. Now I'm going to give you this paper at the end of the session, and you can look back on these. And a good practice would to just maybe say them out loud a couple times a day, at least once a day, sort of as your positive affirmations. Okay, darling, here's your notes from today's session. Is there anything you need to ask me? Any concerns? No? Well, if anything changes or a thought pops into your head, feel free to email me, or you can call the office during our business hours. I'll make sure to get back to you as soon as possible. I hope that you have the best rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.